Welcome back. Well, with us right now from Third is James Tung, and good to see you, sir.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, we were just talking a minute ago about the new boardroom, and you folks are all getting kind of trained on that. How do you like it?
We love it. We love it. It just it may take a little doing before we really can master all those gigas.
Yes. You know? I think you'll be able to do it pretty easy.
We'll be able to do it.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good, I'll tell you that.
Yes.
So you got a few things you want to talk about today, and one of them is about director election is coming up in September, and so you want to talk about that, right?
Yes, because we're always, we still have one or two directors, right now do not want to, are not seeking re-election. Mm-hmm. So we always need new people. And I know there are a lot of experienced residents.
Right.
So what we really recommend or suggesting, if you think you have a good experience, you like to contribute to your own community where you live, make them a better place, please, come to second floor to Catherine Laster to get the application form early.
Okay, and it's not too far away.
No.
Just a few months.
It's just around the corner.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now, also, you folks, it's something that's been you've been looking at, I know others for a long time now, are address signs, which are not the easiest things to see, especially at night, right?
Right. That's because of so many complaints. That's why we now finally the VMS started doing. In fact, last Friday they did get a big sign in the Garden Villa, just to try out,
right?
And let the residents and our board look at it, see how they work. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
And then from there you'll decide.
Yeah.
Now, if you eventually do this, are you looking at for all of Third or just the Garden Villas or what?
Well, I think eventually for all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Whenever we have a trouble to see them. Yeah.
All right. Very good. And then you wanted to talk about, we're going to start talking about landscaping, but this is kind of a prelude to that. And this is about if residents want to change the plants in their yards.
Right, because now we have so many of those resale properties. Now, so if you want to like your own plants, we call the yellow stick area.
Right.
That means in those areas, landscape does not take care of them. You take care of yourself.
Right.
But then when you resell, you unless you got to agree with the new buyer, otherwise you got to go back to the original plants.
Okay.
And so in this process, you have to talk to the area supervisor to get them agree and approve the program, because then landscape won't take care of it.
Right, exactly.
So that's why we need to let the residents know, especially the new residents.
Okay.
Now also we have, because many people, some people, and some of the Garden Villa people like the plants, they put too many pots, and that really messes up the area looking. So now the Third Mutual have a new policy that do not allow any pots. So please take a note for the residents. We don't allow the pots anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you want to change something out, as you said, you need to notify, you need to find out if you can go ahead and do it.
The landscape supervisor,
right?
Yeah.
And I understand that even sometimes maybe you don't want to take care of a plant. There might be some plant that you feel is overgrown or something like that, but contact landscape on that as well.
Yes, and it's easiest, the quickest way is just write an email to resident services, so that they'll respond right away and get registered. Yeah.
Okay. Now, as we talk a little bit more about landscape here, you want to talk about cleaning up damages by the storms that we had earlier this season and overgrown plants on the slopes and so on.
Yeah, well, the main reason I want to say this is because of those damages, staff were spending time cleaning them. And also because of our western edge, outside the slopes, we call so-called, Orange County Fire Authority
Right.
zones, because they are the ember zone.
Right.
In other words, they may not start a fire, but if the fire breezes through by the wind, they can burn very quickly.
Right.
And that's why the Orange County Fire Authority, require us clean them up. That's where the staff spend time clean them up. But then those slopes are outside our community.
Right, exactly.
So when staff spend time cleaning up, residents don't feel it.
Yeah.
That's why they say, oh, come on, how come our landscape do not do much work? Our sort of normal trimming are slowed down. That's why I want to say now both of those are about done.
Right.
So staff will coming back, catching up some of the work behind.
Yeah.
So please be patient, residents.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Now, turf reduction has been a program that's been ongoing. You've talked about this before.
Yeah. Well, because of turf reduction, we have we have three advantages. One, if we change it to ground cover or some desert, then one, we save water.
Right.
Two, we don't need to mow them. So because of this, we save labor. Now, without mowing, you can be quiet.
Right.
No those mowing noise.
Yeah.
That's all the advantages. So far we have a total program, resident request of over 200,000 square foot. But I think, as I indicated here, over 30,000 square foot were complete, and 22,000 square are in progress.
Right.
Yeah, and well, now the weather's getting gradually getting hotter, so we may have to stop and resume in September in the fall season. Yeah.
All right, but yeah, you have other areas up to almost 74,000 square feet.
Yeah, those are we call the pending and
Right.
planning. Well, the pending area means the resident made a request. But then they need to talk to all the neighbors, get the neighbors all agreed.
Right.
No objections.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
Now, soil sensor pilot project was completed and installed in April around gates 11 and 14.
Yeah, the installation, this is a company that willing to try out no our cost to community cost, because we want to try. Basically, since the entire our community is only one weather station, so based on that one weather station may not reflect exactly every local area the water needs. That's why this idea of actual sensor in the soil locally.
Right.
So now we take a gate 11, gate 14, because those two area, there's no recycled water. We really want to save water. So the pilot project, we're installing the equipment, the soil sensor in those two gate area. I can't remember how many sensors they put in, but the installation is done. So we're starting the experience and monitor how much water it uses based on the sensor versus historical value.
Right.
So in a couple months, we'll know how much water we can save.
All right, very good. Now, pruning of plants to save water as well, and you might increasing the cycles if possible.
Well, part of it is because of the slowing down. So resident, in fact, one lady says, well, now it looks okay after we pruned, but was a little bit delayed. So for a long time, she was complaining. Well, in order to avoid those things, we're going to save some labor from the mowing in the future. So potentially, we can convert more labors in pruning. And also, if we think that from 2 months to 1.5 months, shorten the pruning period, then maybe resident will be happier.
Right.
That we're looking into that situation.
Okay, and also you got some good news from El Toro Water District, right?
Yeah. Well, as I said many times, we're certain mutuals very lucky. We have gate 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 have recycled water
Right.
for irrigation, but gate 9, gate 11, gate 14 do not have. Now gate 9 is the design. I mean, of those recycled pipes were complete last year. Now, finally, El Toro Water says we got the money. We're getting ready to install them. Hopefully this summer or maybe later this fall.
Okay.
So that's the work it already starts. So hopefully by mid-year next year, the gate 9 will have recycled water, so we can avoid those tier 3, tier 4
Yeah. All right.
irrigation waters.
And speaking of Tier 4, it's something you're always monitoring, right?
We always, and plumbing at the plumbing division department always helping us fix those leaks. And I have some sort of semi-good news. The number of leaks is getting smaller and smaller. And the resident, in fact, I appreciate, especially gate 11, the residents really lining up and saying that, hey, we know so and so wasting water. You know, maybe put too much water on their plants. So
Right.
now we're gonna consider if a residents, you know, like constantly have tier 4 water for not just 1 month, you know, like 6 months, 7
Right.
months, we'll consider that is in violating our compliance, community appliances, and VMS will send them a letter for penalties.
Right.
Yeah.
All right,
That's what
very
we do.
good.
Yeah.
And again, you know, there's all different kinds of ways people can conserve water, and I think by now most of them should know.
You should know, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're getting better, but we're still in part of the drought
Right.
conditions.
All right, thank you very much. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think that's just about all I wanted to add.
Okay. Always good to see you.
Yeah, thank you very
take
much
care.
to be back. Thank
All
you.
right, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you.